Okay. Hi everybody, I'm Kevin Durant and this is my week 1 presentation. I have a special guest this week. This is Coach Lisa. She's a softball coach for the Logan High School Grizzlies. Go Grizzlies. So yeah, I'm very grateful for her for taking the time to be able to come over and sit down and kind of go over a first meeting with her, kind of a little background. So she knows I'm in the Master's in Performance Psychology program, and she's kind of had some questions as to how can this program help her and her team. This is going to be her second year next year. This year was her first year as a coach. And so, yeah, so thank you for coming.
You're welcome. Thanks.
Okay, so I guess kind of my first thing is what are some of the things you've experienced with the girls?
Okay.
What are some problems or some issues you've had?
Perfect. It's a lot of questions I wanted to ask you actually. So last year we had a very young team. We had 4 seniors, a junior, a sophomore, and 16 freshmen. Right now we're trying to build the program. A lot of our girls have never played before, and about half of them, we had 6 starting on varsity, and they've played. But some of the hard things this year were they had a hard time bouncing back from mistakes. I think because of the lack of experience, I don't know, we're trying to teach them that it's okay to make a mistake, that there's 3 outs, there's multiple pitches, and that mistakes happen and you got to bounce back quickly because it's a fast-paced game. So trying to train them to, we talked a lot about it with them, about 1 pitch, 1 game, or 1 pitch, 1 strike at a time, 1 swing at a time, 1 base at a time, things like that to kind of help them. But mentally making them tougher.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay, that's cool. So I've actually had a chance to work with a psychologist on campus at Utah State University. His name's Richard Gordon.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah, he's a really well-known guy. He's worked a lot with like the gymnastics and the Olympics and all this stuff, and he works with the USU programs. He works with all the teams. It's actually been interesting to kind of shadow him and go around with him because there's been a lot of the same issues, especially with the gymnastics team. They've had a lot of young girls, and you can imagine going from like little league up to high school or high school up to college.
Right.
There's a lot of difference in like the mental skills. There's a lot more demand. So I kind of know where this is coming from. Kind of having that experience, like I think we can figure out some stuff to do. There's certain techniques that we have that are really useful that we can help out with. Do you really know a lot of like what sports psychology is all about, or sports psychologists, like what they do, or consultants?
Honestly, I've heard of the profession, and that's about it.
Perfect. That's good. That's all I need to know.
I'm kind of embarrassed to say, being a coach and all that.
Okay, so there's certain techniques that you as a coach, that you're a teacher. I mean, a coach is a title, but you're also a teacher. You teach these girls certain things. That's what I like to consider myself too. We're both teachers. I know that there's a lot of techniques that you already do that sports psychology people use, that we will use and teach these girls. Such things as goal setting. You probably set some goals with your girls. Mm-hmm. So what are some of the goals that you've set and you've been able to achieve, or you like to aim towards?
What a lot of the goals we focused on was the first out of the game. Getting that, the first batter get that first out. A couple other ones was to score every inning, or depending on the team, we would set different goals. Some of our the better competition, we made it the goal to not get run ruled. Because being a young team, we knew that it was going to be a bad game. And as coaches, we didn't want to tell our girls that, but we didn't want to set them up for failure either.
Mm-hmm. Get in their mind that they're going to lose.
So, different goals depending on the game, but mostly the first out of the game, that was a pretty consistent goal. And making good throws, making good catches, the little things,
Mm-hmm.
And at bat, when they're batting, our goals were to look for certain pitches. Say we've prepared for this pitcher, we want to wait for that outside pitch, or we want to hit the inside, or depending on what our game plan is for that. We've had goals, individual goals for the girls as well.
Okay, that's good. So those are great goals that you've had, and that's kind of exactly what we'd be doing, or what I would be doing with the girls, kind of working along, setting some goals and doing things like that. One thing that, coming from where I came from, I grew up on a farm, like I'm a little farm boy. I played a bunch of sports. Like I've got experience playing sports. Through those years and through the experience I've had, I've come to find out that like there can be some edginess with people, like with coaches and people coming on to help them. They think I'm going to kick them out of their thing, or that I know more than they do. And that's one thing I want to clear up right now is that I know for a fact you know a lot more about baseball and softball than I do. I played it growing up, but other than that, I'm kind of a big guy. I played a lot of big guy sports. I don't know baseball as well, or softball. Kind of one of the things that I want to focus on is it's collaborative effort when it comes to this. That I want to work with you to help these girls out.
Okay.
You're the expert when it comes to this sport and also these girls. Me coming in, there might be a tendency to shy away or to kind of wonder, whoa, who's this guy?
Right.
That's one thing that's going to really help me out is working with you and being able to work collaboratively to help these girls. Now with that comes like rules of confidentiality.
Okay.
I like to think of myself as having a more holistic approach to things, which is saying how instead of just a girl's having a problem with pitching, is there problems beyond that, maybe at home or in school or different things like that. I really think that everything that a person goes through kind of contributes to what they are now.
That makes sense.
And with that, I want to make it so that there's going to be some parts of it that I probably won't be able to go in depth or share with you, just for confidentiality type things.
Okay.
With those type of things, like is that going to be all right with you?
Yeah. There are big problems. I don't want to hear about it.
Okay, sounds good. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. So with that, like we'll work through those situations, but we're going to work collaboratively to figure out what works best. Kind of how you given some of the problems with the girls are mentally struggling and stuff. There's different types of, have you ever heard of imagery is what people call it, different things like that where they use that a lot. We can use that. We'll come up with different exercises you can work there. I really like to work with the girls as a group, but I mean any of them that would feel free or be happy to, I would be more than happy to speak to them one-on-one as well, if that would be all right with you.
Could we do like groups, like get my pitchers together and do like, because there's 3 of them, do like a small, maybe like outfielders or like, because I would figure there's probably different goals depending on the position. Maybe divide them up like outfield, infield, catchers and pitchers. Or
that's actually a really great idea. I like that. And we'll do it however you want, because I'm sure that the different groups probably face different challenges or have different goals or different things. And that's a great way to put it. Let's see. Kind of some other things. Do you have any other questions specifically for me?
So do you come to like one of our practices, or like how does like the first meeting work? Like how should I prepare my girls basically is what I'm asking.
Perfect. So this is what actually is going to be nice, because we want to work with you on that. I'm more than happy to do whatever or however you would like it to be done.
Okay.
I can meet them as a full group. I can go through as a whole group, introduce myself. I can kind of give my background like I've given you a little bit.
Right.
Some things I can do. Maybe even leave them with a little snippet of to be continued or something to help them out.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, exactly. One of the things that I think would really be nice though is just to introduce them, so they know that I'm a person, not that I'm just like the mean principal of school that's going to get them in trouble, or they're in trouble, or they're bad if they come talk to me. I want them to like see me as a person that they can get comfortable with me.
Okay.
One of the main things I like to focus on is building a rapport with them, that they feel comfortable and happy, and that they're willing to open up with me, and which also falls kind of along the lines of confidentiality of if they think that I'm going to come tell a coach every little thing that, oh, well, she doesn't like it when so-and-so does this, then they're going to feel less comfortable in the future giving me like the full honest spiel of what's going on, because they'll always think that I'm going to be telling everybody else. So that's kind of where you can see why that's an important factor too.
Perfect.
Do you have any other questions?
No, I think that sounds great.
Okay.
So.
And then let's see, just we'll go off of however long you think that the girls are going to need it. We can set, come every once a week or whatever's going to work best for your schedule.
Okay.
That's the nice thing is we can get things worked in a lot better.
When is the best time to help girls mentally? Like right now we're in off season. Like, is it better to hit it harder now and kind of like more scattered throughout the season, or is it better during the season when we have different teams that we're preparing for.
Is there a preference you think that your girls would be better off with? I'm sure being high school age, it might be harder in the summertime to get them to actually come. Do you guys do a summer league or anything?
We do have summer teams, but the girls are playing lots of different teams.
Oh, so we can't get them all.
So that would probably be better to do more scattered throughout the summer.
Okay.
And get girls to come, as much as they can. Maybe like every other month or once a month, whatever you think, and then maybe during the season more often, or right when it starts, closer, when it gets closer, maybe at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, I don't have a preference. I really think that, just working with them a little bit throughout, and then basically what I think would be best is kind of like the teach a man to fish scenario, where I'd like to teach it to them, and so they can have these techniques to use and be able to start developing. It's kind of like learning a new sport. You have to develop it and get good at it and practice. Like these different techniques and skills we could give them, teach them, I think would be handy to keep developing. Maybe they could use it where softball's a third trimester or semester, however you guys work sport. I think it'd be helpful. Maybe they could apply it to the beginning sports, and then by the time it rolls around for softball, they've learned how to apply this in different sports to be able to come apply it here.
And they'll be professionals.
Yeah, get a state champ.
Yeah. Okay, I did have one other question. So, at the beginning of the year, would you be able to meet with my coaches as well, so that, we can help remind the girls of, hey, Kevin said this, or, we're working on this, remember what we've been learning from our sports psychologists. Is there, a couple trainings that you could do to help us as coaches to be better and help them?
Yeah. Is your coaching staff pretty open to coming in hearing about it and everything?
Yeah, they're great. They're really good.
Great. Yeah, that'd be one of the things I would really love, actually, because I'm sure that you're not with all the players all the time, or different coaches, like a pitching coach or something like that. That would actually be the most helpful for me, for the mere fact of we can come together, get the general idea, and get the bus rolling in this direction that we can all stay on, and we can all come together and agree on different things. That way we're not having one person, headbutting over here, or some issues over here, or something like that.
Okay.
So
I think that would be very good to help us all be on the same page.
Yes, and I'd like that too, because I think it'd be fun to actually meet them and have them know me too before I can talk to girls as well. So
I think that'd be great.
Great. So if you're up to it, we can set up a time or do whatever we need to. So
yeah, let's do it.
Okay, that'd be great. So I guess that's going to be the end of this presentation for now. I'd really like to thank Coach Lisa again for coming over to the house and sitting down here and being willing to be kind of a lab rat in this situation and help out. I hope we were able to have a good discussion for you guys. Have a wonderful day.